sure you're engaging with other content, liking, commenting, sharing. Make sure you're active and you're present on the platform, basically. And last but definitely not least, cross-promote. Keep all eyeballs on your content. And think about this, how can you do that? So YouTube offers different features that you can make use of. If you're filming a long format video and you want people more eyeballs on that video, create a short about it. Put it on the community tab. Put it on your story. Make it live. You can do so much to just keep all eyes on your content. It's a simple formula, even though it did not sound like one. I promise you it is. So don't make it complicated and don't overthink the content. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to be handing over back to your MC. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure we can do much better than that. Thank you very much, Reza, aka Ray Ray. Yeah, only those that are here yesterday will get that. How's everyone doing this morning? I need to hear your voice now. This is Africa. We know how to make noise. How are you all doing this morning? Give the person next to you a high five. And then share your account number with the person next to you. That one makes sense.
I just want their alert to
That's a creative strategy right there. So I'm going to mingle with you guys just for a second, so it's a bit loose. And I want to focus on one particular thing, and feel free to raise up your hand to let me know. The power of storytelling, right? It's in everything we do, but I want to know from your point of view, maybe even from the point of view of your channel, how important storytelling is to you. All right, so just raise up your hand and I'll come to you. Just something short and sweet. We want to know what is going through your mind when you're going to produce your content, even the competition that is ongoing. How would you use storytelling to do this? So just raise up your hand, let me know. Good morning, sir. Mr. Yomi Black, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. We're going to pretend like we don't know each other.
Yeah, we're going to pretend that.
Okay.
Do I know you had a kids?
Wow.
The twins, the girls.
They're fine. All right, Yomi. So storytelling, I know you're a great storyteller and filmmaker as well. And you've had a couple of successes under your belt. How powerful is storytelling to you?
So I think the center of every creation is the story. I believe it's what really drives the entertainment, the education, I think even in life, like if I'm going home and I have maybe I've done something wrong, assuming I've done something wrong, and I'm going home to my wife, I would think of a story. It's a survival mechanism for me. So I would think of a story to tell her. Or if I have to, just even in an interview, it's like you're telling a story. And depending on how you tell that story, you'll really reflect on your success or failure. Every other thing is like extra, except sound. But story is like
the core. Anyone else, very quickly? Okay, let's have the young lady in front there. Your name and what you do vis-a-vis your YouTube channel.
Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Bakari Alimat and I'm a storyteller. I do documentary. So I believe telling story for me, is to change narratives, because as a documentary, I tell stories about people that I feel don't have the courage to tell their story. And mostly my story is always about changing narratives of communities, such as Seun communities, because many people have such wide ideas about how a community looks like, especially slums. So for my preference, I go there, pick their real stories and share to the world, because this is who they are. And sometimes people have other ideas about who they are and not even knowing the kind of story they have in their community. So I use my story to change narratives.
Thank you very much for that. Round of applause. I can't overemphasize how powerful the tool of storytelling is. But before then, you have to produce. The techniques, especially when you have a YouTube channel. So it's a great pleasure that we have on stage Alexandra. How you doing, Alexandra?
Hey, guys! Long time no see. I feel like it's been forever. All right.
So what are we talking about today?
So we are going to discuss a little bit about production techniques. The reason for why we are having this discussion is simply because you guys are going to hear a lot of this word, and I'm pretty sure you heard a lot about it yesterday. You're going to hear about it today. You're going to hear about it tomorrow, and that word is what? Anyone? Consistency. Consistency. So consistency is hard because all of you know in this room that producing content is not easy, especially if you're passionate about it, you want to craft your story perfectly, it can take a lot of time. But consistency does mean that in an ideal world that on your YouTube channel, you should be posting content weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Consistency can be different to every one of us, but yeah, super important. So the reason for why we are discussing production techniques is because the road to creating video for your YouTube channel, it doesn't have to be too hard. There are ways or techniques that you can kind of lean into to just slightly adapt a traditional production process to make it digitally savvy. So on screen right now, there's a little list for you to consider. It is planning for YouTube in your production process. So this is in the instance that you go into production, right? You're busy in pre-prod, development, wherever you are. Do start thinking about what content is going to live on your YouTube channel before or ahead of time. The items in red are really the things that I would love you guys to think about the next time you go into a production run. And the first one is lay out your content strategy. So really just think about what exactly is going to go on the channel. What content would you need for it? Do you need to shoot anything new? Do you need to get some editing time in post-production? Second one is allocate a mind to YouTube. So it's super important to allocate someone in your crew who's going to be responsible for thinking about what is going to live on your YouTube channel. For every crew, it can be slightly different. I mean, sometimes it's the producer, sometimes it can be the director, sometimes there's a content producer involved, or if you're lucky, you can have a social media manager as part of your team that will look after all of your socials, but also really strategizing and planning for what is going to happen on your YouTube channel. And thirdly, maybe a little bit of a strange one, but it's actually so important, is get your crew's buy-in. From my experience on the few sets that I've been on, is that whenever there is a social media team involved, or if there's somebody taking social content, especially if it's like on set and everyone's focused on the craft, it's so difficult to sometimes, get time with an actor or basically get your crew into